If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest. He's never been on with me before. We just heard his ad. I have on with me Jon Melby. He's one of the owners of the LoveJoy Hormone Clinic. Welcome to the show. Get up right onto the mic and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do. And first of all, I'm going to have to ask you this right off the bat, which is a different question that you've asked me. A man is sitting here talking about hormones, so we want to talk about why is that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Carol, thank you for letting me be at the show, with you today. You know, men talking about hormones is kind of interesting because women know probably more than men do. And but I'm a co-owner with LoveJoy Hormone Clinic, and I know a lot about it because I've been on hormone therapy for 8 years as a man. 8 years.
So what were your symptoms when you were dealing with that as a man?
So what happens at that time, so I'm gonna TMI here, I'm 60 years old now, and when I was about 52, what I noticed is just my lack of energy as a man. The clarity of thought, your mind, what happens is when you get older, you just don't have that same, you have ideas, but you don't want to execute on them. And when you're driving, you just find yourself a little foggy, a little more confused. Muscle tone starts to deplete as well. But I play hockey. I've been playing hockey since I was 4. What I noticed, I just felt like I was getting older, and your muscles just don't recover. But my wife, nurse practitioner, she's an expert hormone therapy. She said, you got to try this. So I went on Bioidentical hormone therapy. I've been on it for 8 years now. Game changer.
Wow.
Game changer.
So what was the first thing that you noticed?
Clarity of mind. Within about 4 days to about 2 weeks, I started thinking clearly. More like... not like I was dementia or something or Alzheimer's, more like these thoughts that I have, like how can I execute on them? I'm a business person, so that's important, but I'm also a pilot. And that's kind of scary. If you're getting older and you just can't think as clearly, what I noticed is just that. And then within a month, muscle tone. At 60 years old today, 8 years later, I play on a hockey team with 30-year-olds, 40, 50-year-olds. I'm one of the fastest on the team at 60.
That's so cool.
85-mile-an-hour slap shot, and I can go out and play. I recover my muscles within 32 to 36 hours instead of a whole week where you're sore, and that's a game changer, in my opinion.
So, okay, I want to talk a little bit about the clinic. First
Sure.
of all, you're located in Chandler, but you told me before you came on the air that people literally come in from all over because they love Joy.
Well, little fact here. My wife's name is Joy, and we've created the business together. She's a co-owner with me, and everyone loves Joy, so why not better have a LoveJoy Hormone Clinic? And actually, I created the whole business side of it because I'm a business person. My wife's a nurse practitioner, and we built this business, and we started on May 1st, 2019. The interesting thing is, it's kind of like having a lemonade stand, and then you're out there selling lemonade. You just hope somebody comes by and they want to buy some lemonade. When you open up a business, it's a little scary. But we opened our business, that was May 1st. We had 0 patients, and today we have over 2,500 patients.
Wow,
in 2.5
that's
years.
awesome.
And you're right. So
during a pandemic, too.
Yeah, we grew and actually added employees during that time period. So that just... that's how much people love to come to our clinic. But they come in from Montana, Michigan, Florida, all over the state of Arizona. They'll drive in because the quality of the service that we have. When you go to a medical clinic, Carol, it's and I'm not going to diss the medical clinics, but we believe it should be like you're coming to our home. You're coming to our place of business, but it's like our home. We have cookies there. That's furnished like a home. And we want to make it so it's comfortable. But I'm a IT technical expert in my past, so I was a data center solutions architect. I took that big corporate knowledge and shrunk it down into our clinic, so you're only there for about 5 minutes because it's just the speed and efficiency. So that's one part of it. So your time is valuable. When you come to our clinic, it's important that you can get in, get out, get on your way, but while you're there, it's a good time. And they come in there because of the value of our clinic, the price. Most clinics charge an initial consultation fee. Most clinics will charge much more for the pellets, but because we're efficient, because we know what we're doing, we keep the price down so anybody can afford it.
Now, also, your doctor, your wife, who is the nurse practitioner there, she is a expert on hormones, and she wrote a book. And we're going to give the book to everyone that's going to call in. The book is Bioidentical Hormone Replacement Therapy. What is going on with your hormones? I believe that everyone should have this. There are, I think, even younger kids, even our teenagers, even in your 20s like this, I'm seeing more and more people have issues, and I guarantee it's from their hormones. I mean, when we think it's not, it's really from there.
Sure.
And so I believe that everybody should have this. And maybe it's you that's listening. Maybe it's your significant other that you want to tell them about this. Let me tell you something. The women are always a catalyst. So nudge him in the elbow with your elbow and tell him this is something we need to look into, because it could be like he said, a game changer. So we're just going to give this book to everybody. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check them out on their website. It's LoveJoyClinic.com. Their phone number, write this number down, 480-780-2588. They're located in Chandler, but everybody comes to see them from everywhere. They do free consultations, and they're rated with the Better Business Bureau. I say, listen to what we're going to be talking about here. Listen to something. It might just perk your ears up with this, but get the book. Call in here and get it. 602-277-5369. Okay, I want to go into something about the clinic, okay? Mm-hmm. What should people, like you mentioned a few things, but, let's talk about women for a minute, okay? What are some of the symptoms that they are looking at?
Well, what's interesting with women is, and this is a fact, because I do a lot of the marketing. I do the marketing for our clinic and the business development. 85% of our patients are women. And so I guess you could say I target women for my business. And the reason why is I understand it anecdotally. Okay, I'm not a medical professional. But what I've seen for women, the very first thing that goes out for women when they're about 40 years old is testosterone. Believe it or not, you have a little bit of testosterone. Not like men, but a little bit. So that clarity of mind, fogginess, energy. And I'm going to tell you a fact here from me. Guys, don't shoot me on this one. But women typically work harder than men. Their wives, their moms, single mothers, whatever, and they're working extremely hard. And what's amazing is that they still go through even though they're extremely tired. It blows my mind. This is one thing I've learned more than anything being in this business. What happens, they lose testosterone first, then estrogen. Estrogen starts to go out around perimenopausal age, like 40, 45, and then possibly progesterone, so they need a little extra progesterone. What we offer is bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It's not pharmaceutical. It's been around since 1938, primarily in Europe. It came to the United States in the 60s, and it's a very, very successful treatment using compounded from the Mexican sweet potato. Can you believe that? And they're little pellets. Kind of looks like about the size of a grain of rice. And what we do is we make a small incision just on the upper or lower area of the hip area, and on either side. And it's a soft area. Small incision with lidocaine first. We insert these pellets, and it's based on your age, your weight, some other factors, and we find out how much you need based upon your blood draw. So we can find out if you even need pellets. Maybe you don't need it. But after that, what women will notice within about 3 or 4 days, testosterone starts to kick in, and they start getting more energy. Then the next thing is the estrogen kicks in, so they're sleeping at night. They're not getting hot flashes. They're be able to not instead of waking up at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, they sleep. They're at peace. And the reason why I say this is men, what I found, are like waffles.
I knew it!
They're like waffles, and men like to put their syrup in each side of those little tiny squares. Women, correct me if I'm wrong, they're like a bowl of spaghetti. It's all in there someplace. There's a beginning and end to every strand, but it all makes sense. But what happens with women, they're thinking about 3 million different things. And what this will help you do is like water going off the duck's back. It will allow you to relax. It allows you to calm down. So when you're aggravated and angry and just upset, that's what our hormone therapy treatment does, and that's why we're growing so quickly.
So when you put the pellets in, okay, when will they see a difference? Like, does it take a couple of weeks, or could it happen right away?
Well, it could happen right away, but typically it's within the first 2 weeks. It's not like I don't know, drinking booze or something. It's not like that where you're going to feel something within hours.
It's not, because it's not booze.
It's right. It's not booze. But what will happen is you'll start to notice it. And if you're aware of your body at all, like you're just aware of the what's going on, what will happen is you'll just, within a month, you'll be at peak, and we'll show you on your blood labs when you come back, and here's where you're at. And anecdotally, I've seen it where they've run to our nurse practitioners and hug them, even during the pandemic.
So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Jon Melby, and he is one of the owners of the LoveJoy Hormone Clinic. And we're talking, a man is sitting here talking about hormones. And yeah, men, you do need them too, for sure. And you said that you've been on them for like 8 years now.
Correct.
And I said, it's amazing how you look at least 10 years younger than what you are. And you said that you were feeling sluggish. You weren't feeling, some of the almost the same symptoms that a woman might. But one of the things that I asked you during the break, which was, let's say somebody's already had a hysterectomy or says, I've been through menopause. I just have to live with whatever it is I'm dealing with. Is that the case?
That's exactly the case. So perimenopause, prior to menopause, and once they've gone through menopause, let's say 45 to 50 years old, they absolutely need to come in, because guess what's lacking? Estrogen and testosterone. So even if they've had a hysterectomy, it's something that we can look at. And there are indicators that we're looking at with a blood draw. That's what we need to look at, is to see if they're, and also their medical history. And also for men, PSA is another thing we're looking at, large prostate. So we get that information from your blood. Once we have that dialed in, absolutely, a 60-year-old, 70-year-old. And I'm going to tell you this much, Carol. My mother, 82 years old, she's on hormone therapy as well, and we take care of her. And here's the difference with her. She looks great. She's walking around. She's happy. And I can tell when it starts to get depleted that you can see that she needs to have another boost. And she's 82 years old, and everyone looks at her. They call her Beautiful Jan.
But
it's my mother, so, it's important.
Now, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get the book that Joy wrote, the book, and it's called Bioidentical Hormone Replacement Therapy. It's what is going on with your hormones. It's very informative. I believe that this book is something that everybody should take a look at and see. Is it right for you or not? You may not know. You might have that consultation with them. You made it so simple that you even have the phlebotomy right there in your office, so they can.
Yeah, and that's important, Carol, because people's time is so important. I think the main thing here is most of us past age 40, we want to get educated. We want to learn a little bit more. What we're offering here between the ebook, so they get that, and then Joy, by the way, her certification expert, 20-some years as a nurse practitioner, and a lot of background, 24,000 plus insertions doing this, so she knows. And the book that she's writing is just to get you started, but to find out, that's generically. For your specific needs, we won't know anything until you come in to talk to us on a free consult. And that's with our new patient coordinator, and also you'll be 30 minutes with a provider. And that 30 minutes, when was the last time you got to spend 30 minutes with a family
I don't remember.
internal medicine provider who's an expert in hormone therapy? And that's on top of it. So what happens is, even if we start to see there's indicators, we'll point you in another direction if you're seeing some other things that maybe you didn't know about.
Call in and get the book. That's the first thing. Start off with that. We'll get you connected. The number here is 602-277-5369. Call in here and get it from me. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. I also wanted to ask you, too, with this therapy, it's very important that people want to understand that, is it safe?
Right.
Is it safe?
Yeah, it's very safe. And the reason why is if there's indicators of some sort that you shouldn't be doing that, we even can consult with your doctor, but it's so rare. I mean, it's extremely rare.
It's a natural thing that you're putting in.
Yes.
Tell them again what it is.
So it's a bioidentical hormone replacement therapy pellets. We call BHRT. And what they're made from is a Mexican sweet potato, both for testosterone and estrogen. There's no secret sauce here. It's been around since 1938. And the beautiful thing is, we're like, you're putting that in my body. Imagine the same thing if a pill for vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium. It's the same thing, but it goes in your bloodstream. Carol, do you remember the old saying where they had the owls licking on a Tootsie Pop?
Yeah.
How many licks does it take to get to the center
Love
of Tootsie
that.
Pop? Yeah, you remember that? It's the same thing. Your blood has to lick past that. And for women, it's about 3 months. For men, about 6 months.
Can you feel it once it's been put in or no?
I mean, just for I would say for about 2 days you can feel it's there, but it's so small, and you know, it's
and it
like
just goes in.
It just goes in. It's hidden. It's not there. And
now their location is in Chandler, but they say people come from all over to get their expertise. Is what this is. They have been doing it for quite some time. Your wife is the nurse practitioner there.
She's a co-owner.
And you said how many has she done?
She's got about 24,000 insertions in 8 years. We have 2 other nurse practitioner providers, but all 3 of them are experts in also weight loss and family medicine. So it's but that's not our main thing. Our main thing is hormone therapy.
And you also can be found on all social media. They do free consultations. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. Their phone number. Get the consultation and find out what's going on with you, and they'll tell you what they can do. 480-780-2588. The website is LoveJoyClinic.com. Or call in here and get the book. Again, I believe everyone should have it. It's Bioidentical Hormone Replacement Therapy. What is going on with your hormones? And one thing I want to talk a little bit about is that a lot of people who think that, let's say that, it's just your thyroid. If it's your thyroid, it's your hormones.
That's exactly it.
I mean,
and that's what people think of.
Yeah, exactly. Tell them that.
So that's the truth.
Explain it.
Some people over or under thyroid, and what happens is it starts changing a lot of other things. Your thyroid is producing hormones. But the fact of the matter is, when you go into perimenopause, right, then you have eggs, right, and then you also, for men, testosterone is created from their testicles, and those start to shut down. The interesting thing is, in 1987, a bunch of endocrinologists, leading endocrinologists, did a study, and they found out that men at 50 years old should have a testosterone level at 650. For example, a 21-year-old's about 900. What's happened is decreased every 10 years by 67. So now a 50-year-old male comes in, they're sitting around 350 or 400, and that's bell curve saying, well, I guess that's normal. But why? And they don't know why. Sedentary lifestyle, the foods that we eat, we're sitting around, we're not as active. And the fact of the matter, Carol, is I can see men today, I can tell that they're over-estrogenized, they're under testosterone, because they're not getting on their horse and being a knight and then going out and tacking gracefully.
Not coming to my house like that? I'm sorry. You should be. Where's my knight in shining armor? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, and it's true. And then women, the guys are like, you know what I like about this, Carol? I watch the woman comes in first. They're on our therapy, and then a month later, they drag their husband in. I'm using metaphor here, but they drag him in by the ear, and then I see both of them about 2 months later, 3 months later, they're holding hands. He's a little more cut because he's active once again, watching their meals, and they're happy. And I'm going to say this personally, for a business, it's a business, sure. All right, we have to make a living. We have to do what we do. But I love watching couples coming in because they're off on vacation, they're hiking, they're having fun once again.
You said it's a game changer.
Yeah, well, the man is being a man. I say that respectfully. And a woman is being a woman, respectfully. I love that. I love everything about it.
Now, what about reviews? Do you have a lot of reviews?
Yes. So the best way to look at our reviews, LoveJoyClinic.com. Go to our website and just scroll down on any one of our pages. You're going to see we have over about 180 5-star Google reviews, over 90 Facebook reviews. Remember, this is 2.5 years we've been in the business, and about 35 Yelp reviews. And they're all 5-star. And you can read the comments on there. So if you're not really sure, the BHRT book is important to get a little education. Look at our reviews. And better yet, just make an appointment, come in, visit with us. And there's no obligation. It's a free appointment. So by the time you're done, if anything, you'll be educated about your hormones.
Our number here to get the book is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. This is information for you. Once you read it, you're going to understand what is it's going on with your hormones. Make that appointment. Go in there and see him. It's a free consultation. It just makes sense. What does it look like when they go in there? Right. You know, what happens?
First thing that will happen is you'll meet with our new patient coordinator, and for about 20 minutes and answer any questions. We have to get your medical history. We need that. We've got to know because we need to know your history. After that, if you want to proceed after you answer all your questions, our phlebotomist is there, so they'll do a blood draw. Don't worry, it's really quick and easy, and she's fantastic. Her name's Kristen. And after she does the blood draw, then we wait for 2 or 3 days for women and a week for men to get the blood results back. We call you, and then we set up an appointment to meet for 30 minutes with the nurse practitioner, one of our providers, and then they'll go through it. And at that point, if you decide, yep, it's right for you, or maybe it's not right for you, but 99% of the times it is, and then you can go forward with the procedure. After that, you'll walk away from our and we'll come back after 1 month, and we'll get peak labs again, and we'll show you where you're at, and you're going to see how you feel versus what your blood says, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what a game changer.